Okay, so this is the drawing of object number 3 that we did the other day, and I've added dimensions to it. Now normally your object lines, which are the outlines of the visible parts of your object, are the heaviest and darkest lines, but I did make the dimension and extension lines dark as well so that you could see them on camera better. But notice my dimensions are in between the views as opposed to being outside them in the margins. So they're probably too light to see, but my projection lines are still on the paper right here, going in between the views. And so these projection lines became my extension lines. I just darkened in some of the projection lines of where I needed to add dimensions. And so notice I have the shorter or smaller dimensions closer to the object and the larger ones stacked outside of it. So you always stack them like a little staircase. Okay. Notice that I've done the minimal amount of dimensions necessary to communicate the details of the object. I've got the overall height. So you want to have your 3 principal dimensions, your overall length, width, and height. Overall height is right here, which corresponds to that, so it's not duplicated. I need the height of this feature, okay? And then by subtraction, of course, we know that this feature is 2, so it's not necessary to put a dimension there. We can leave off the last link in that chain. So all the height dimensions are taken care of. So we need width dimensions. Taking care of those right here, okay? So I have overall width, which is 5, corresponds to the width right there because we project it up and over. And the width of this feature is 3. We can leave off the last link in the chain right here because subtraction tells us what that dimension is. So I have width taken care of for both of those views. And now I need overall length dimensions. I have overall length right here, which projects up to right there. I need the distance to this feature and the distance of that feature, and then I can figure out the rest. And even though there is an angle here and I do not know the angle, I don't have to communicate that because I have communicated the coordinates of the endpoints that form that angle, okay? So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can give the endpoints, coordinates of the endpoints of the angles, or you can provide one endpoint with the angle, but I've just chosen to give the coordinates of both endpoints. So these are all the dimensions necessary to dimension this simple part.